Hi everyone, my name is Jack Tafoya. I work for NOR as a recreation specialist, and I have my beautiful mother, Ruthie, here with me. Today, we're going to show you guys how to make chocolate chip cookies from scratch.
So before we get started mixing the dough, we're going to go over the materials you'll need to do this. So we start off with a couple of bowls. One of the bowls we're going to use to mix the dry ingredients in.
And next, you're going to need a spatula to do some of the mixing. If you don't have a spatula, a spoon would do just fine.
And we're also, in this case, going to use a hand mixer to mix the ingredients. If you have a KitchenAid mixer, you can use that. Just make sure you use your paddle attachment because you don't want to overmix your dough.
Yes. You're also going to need a cookie scoop or a spoon. Spoon will do just fine as well. Today we're going to use the scoop.
And then also a baking sheet or a cookie sheet. We've lined ours with parchment paper today. Okay, yes. So Jackie, are you ready to make some cookies?
Yeah, let's do it.
There you go. So before you get started, make sure that you have your oven preheating at 375. We already have
ours already going. Yes.
Okay, so Jackie, first you're gonna mix 2.5 cups of flour. This is just all-purpose flour that we're using today. We're also going to mix in there 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And about 1/2 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
So we'll make sure that that is combined or mixed well in there.
Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and put this to the side. Go ahead and grab your other bowl.
And what she's gonna do next is she's gonna cream the butter and the sugars together. So what you're gonna have is 1 cup of unsalted butter. Make sure it's melted, but not hot when you're mixing this because you don't want your chocolate chips to melt later if it's too hot.
There you go.
And then we're gonna do 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And we'll also put in 1 cup of brown sugar, packed lightly. Don't overpack that, just 1 cup in there is just fine. And then once that's in your bowl, go ahead and get your hand mixer and mix it for about 3 to 5 minutes. What you want is you want to cream all that together for it to have a really light and fluffy consistency. So you put it on high for about, like I said, 3 to 5 minutes.
So now that we've mixed it for the past 3 minutes, 4 minutes maybe, it's very light, very fluffy.
I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's creamy, light, fluffy. You know, it's got some air in there.
Yep.
So now that we've got that done, then we're gonna still use the hand mixer, but we're gonna bring it at a low speed, and we're gonna mix in 2 medium eggs. Make sure these are at room temperature, and then we're also going to put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So let's get that ready, and then I'll get the 2 eggs in there. That looks good. Then once that's done, we'll get the mixer out. We're done with the mixer for now. The rest of the ingredients will be combined in with your spatula, or spoon. So now we're gonna go ahead and add those dry ingredients in there. Here you go, Jackie. The dry ingredients that were mixed earlier, I'm gonna incorporate them into the creamed butter with the sugars slowly. And as I'm doing this, she's going to go ahead and mix it. Okay, now that we've got the dough mixed, we're gonna go ahead and add, because we don't want to overmix it.
Right.
We're gonna go ahead and add 2 cups of chocolate chips. These are semi-sweet chocolate chips. So as I put it in there, she's going to actually fold the chocolate chips into the dough. So now that we have this great looking cookie dough and we're ready to bake. So with the cookie scooper, we'll fill it. We'll get just enough cookie dough in it to fill the scooper, and then we'll drop it into the cookie sheet.
And when we put them on the cookie sheet, you want them to be about 2 inches apart or so.
Right.
And again, if you don't have a cookie scoop, a tablespoon would do just fine. Okay, now that our cookie sheet is full, we're gonna go ahead and put them in the oven on the top shelf for the next 10 to 12 minutes. Again, it's kind of on your preference. If you like them a little crispy, a little overbaked, then maybe 12, 13 minutes. So to your preference.
So this is what it'll look like once you get all the dough in there.
Yeah.
And then these are actually a little bit over the 1 tablespoon. Yeah.
So now the cookies are done. We're gonna go ahead and set them down on the counter before we move them onto the cooling rack. So as you can see, they're really nice, light colored, fluffy. A little overcooked, but not bad.
Just a little brown around the edges. So they look good. We're gonna go ahead and put another tray in there, and we'll give these a taste.
Yep. Now that our cookies are done, they've been cooling off for a few minutes now, and they look like they're ready to be tasted. So,
ooh, let me see which one. This one looks perfect right here. They actually all look really good, but there it is. They do look good. Wow. Really looks like they're perfectly done. These are really good. It's like crunchy on the outside, but the inside is just perfectly chewy, and it's really, really good. So, cheers. I hope you try it and you enjoy them as much as we are.
let us know how your experience goes with this recipe. And thanks for watching and joining the fun with NOR. Bye, guys.
Bye.